Blue collar, white collar, black professors, white scholars, politicians, Dalai Lamas. Everybody in the whole wide world need hope if I be honest. I'm in that number.
All right, testing, 1, 2, 3, guys. Just give me a moment. Anybody can hear me out there, just say, Rob, we hear you. Don't say it, just type it. And we'll get started in a moment. Can you hear me out there? All right, if you can hear me, all right, good stuff. All right, so we're going to get started. Just give me a moment. I'll be right back. Hey, good day. Welcome to another episode of Robert Report. I'm your host, Robert BOBTV Brown. How you doing today? All right, so I want to talk to you about something because I want to talk to you about Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard has been saying some controversial things, which are things that I totally agree with, about the military complex, about our own party, and their attempts to derail the democratic process of electing, allowing the people to elect the person who they want to run against Trump instead of the Democratic Party and party loyalists electing who gets to run against Trump. And then her viral video where she compelled and consoled a young woman who is afraid that's going to happen, who really wants somebody that's going to really help out her community and do better for her people. And it's a beautiful video. And Tulsi is, to me, there's a lot of things I like about Tulsi Gabbard. And like I said, if there was anybody, if I had a gun to my head, now that's, if I had a gun to my head, because nobody's going to force me to vote for anybody. But if I had a gun to my head, Tulsi Gabbard, and I had to vote for a Democrat, which I'm right now, I'm not letting you know who I'm voting for right now. I haven't picked my choice, but at this moment, if I was forced to vote for a Democrat, it would be Tulsi Gabbard, because her non-intervention stance and her stance to stop a war from happening, stopping World War III, and stopping the nuclear holocaust. The reason why I say that is because nobody's agenda matters if a nuclear war happens. No black agenda, nothing. No Medicare for all, none of that stuff. All that stuff is crap, zero, nothing, don't mean nothing when half the human population is blown away from this world. And it could happen at any moment. This doesn't have a time frame like Medicare for all. This doesn't have a time frame like closing the wealth gap for the black community. And there is a time frame for that. That has to happen soon. But when you have nutwings like John Bolton and Elliot Abrams and idiots like that running the show, a nuclear war can happen anytime. They can literally, it's like they're trying to hold us hostage that if we don't follow whatever Adolf Trump say, we're going to hold this whole country hostage with the threat of nuclear war. No. As Gabbard say, this has to be done through the Congress with the overwhelming support of the people. The people need to become the fourth legislative branch. The people should be the fourth legislative branch in the final decision, even over the president. Other things about Tulsi Gabbard I like is that she's pushed to go to paper ballots, and I think she's in support of ranked choice voting. She wants to change that situation, where the legislators make the decision for the people versus the people making the decision for the country. She wants to change that. So she's pushing paper ballots. Things that she's pushing, people just ignoring her because she's tried and true to what she believes in, and they are sold out to the various complexes that run our government. Tulsi Gabbard, top online fundraiser, is a Las Vegas shooting conspiracy theorist. Then they gonna mention my boy Niko House. Niko House is a YouTuber like me. Niko House, man, me and Niko House, I've been back and forth communicating with Niko House from way before his channel blew up. I mean, I remember my first time meeting Niko House was when both of us over here was at the Bronx at the Garden. He probably didn't remember it during that time with Ajamo Baraka with the Green Party. So I've been knowing Niko House on and off, communicating with him on and off. So I guess Nico done ticked them off, and now the Huffington Post is trying to hit back at Nico. Now, let me stop this video because we're gonna let this video play for a moment. It said Tulsi Gabbard is the top online fundraiser. Tulsi Gabbard's top online fundraiser is a Las Vegas shooting conspiracy theorist. Who cares? Who cares? What's funny is a conspiracy theorist is just a person who don't buy your theory, but they buy another theory. A lot of things that these news reporters like Charles Davis is saying of the Huffington Post politics section are theories. Like what he's about to say right now is a theory. Who cares? A theory is a theory. Newton had a theory. People have theories. Tulsi Gabbard's top online fundraiser. So you're saying Niko House is Tulsi's top online fundraiser. It's not her website. It's her. Well, a lot of people give her coverage. Niko House, who won the Hawaii Democratic Recent Donors Challenge, also believes Bill Cosby was framed and the Pizzagate is real. Dude, if y'all letting Harvey Weinstein go, I don't know what to say about this guy. He also believes Bill Cosby was framed. What's wrong with him believing that? Whether he was framed or not, people are entitled to their belief. They ain't got to believe like you believe. And let's say he say Pizzagate is real. I've been knowing Nico. You, Charles Davis, have not known Nico as long as I've known Nico. Have you ever conversated with him? Have you ever chit-chatted with him? Have you ever tweeted? Have you ever inboxed him? No. So you don't know this guy. Pizzagate was something that came up in the emails, and so if somebody covered it, does that mean they support it? Get out of here, man. Charles Davis. Chucky Duck. And I believe Bill Cosby was framed in certain areas. I can't say that he didn't drug women and have sex, because back in the 70s, people did stupid stuff like that. They took uppers and downers. They got so high that they had to take a drug to come down. And if somebody decided, hey, give me one of those drugs so I can come down and decide you take it, they would say I drugged them. So who knows the whole theory? You got a theory, Charles Davis, and people have theories out there. Facts and theories are not the same. Of course, you're supposed to go with the facts, but people can have the theories that led up to the facts. Here's what I believe. So go ahead and throw me in the conspiracy theory bag. I believe the moment that Bill Cosby decided that he was going to get the money to buy NBC, all this stuff started happening to him. It's just like any successful black man, the moment they start to rise up in ranks and start to get some kind of power, something negative happened to bring them down. You can call this a theorist or whatever, but it happens whether they brought it on themselves or not. Something happened, whether it's their decision or this was systematically planned, it brings them down. You ask Tiger Woods, you ask Michael Jordan, you ask Michael Jackson, you ask Prince, something brings them down as soon as they reach a level of status. Same thing with, I'm sitting up here looking at Michael Jackson and all the materials that he owned. He pretty much controlled pretty much the music industry and publishing industry, and everybody had to go through him. But find out some kind of way, The bringing down of Michael Jackson, whether it was through drugs or whatever, whether it was on his own or somebody got involved and helped him or whatever. Same thing happened with Elvis Presley. So you can call it conspiracy theory all you want, but the fact of the matter is, the moment Bill Cosby started talking about buying up NBC, all hell broke loose. That's my theory. You have your theory, that's your theory. Having a theory is not a crime. I don't remember him saying Pizzagate is real. And I don't think nobody really said Pizzagate is real except Alex Jones. It's just that people probably won't rule out that it's not real. Things happen. You don't know. You don't know whether it was real or not. You can't prove it whether it was real or not. I can't. I usually don't go that area because I'm not an investigator to go investigate and report on that, and nobody's paying me the money to go investigate that crap. So I usually don't. And when you're not paying somebody to investigate, they're gonna have their theory on it. They're gonna have what they call opinion on it. And that's all it is, opinion. There's no difference from theorist's opinion and commentary on it. There's no different. My commentary may end up being opinion or theorist. There's nothing between opinion, because what you're doing right now, Charles, is writing an opinion piece, which is no more than a theory. All right, so as you know, Tulsi Gabbard is experienced. She's poised. Don't get me wrong. She's just as goofy as and private as she is. Ask my boy Nico; he'll tell you. Yet she knows when it comes to being serious. She do support Clyburn's. I mean, she do support the bill to look into reparations. But I keep telling everybody that is not a support for reparations. I keep telling everybody it's already been looked into, it's already been strategizing, there is a plan to execute. All they need to do is get with the people who've been studying this for a long time. We don't need nobody from Washington, D.C. trying to steer this ship. We just need somebody to christen the ship that's already in the water right now. All right, we don't need one to build a new one, and no, we don't need that. All right, so the article says Tulsi Gabbard is set to have lunch with a prolific conspiracy theory who argues the mass shooting in Las Vegas was an intelligence operation meant to distract from Harvey Weinstein's scandal. And so they're labeling my good friend, a YouTuber, like myself, great guy, great man, getting education and hardworking man, as a prolific conspiracy theories. Dude, I don't know who you are, what you've been smoking, but you need to come off of this with Nico. Harvey Weinstein scandal. And who is also by far the most successful digital fundraiser for her campaign. All right, so that's a plus that a YouTuber can help a presidential candidate raise money. That's awesome. What's wrong with that? I told people that they should support her campaign to get in the primaries. I think what it is, Chucky Duck, is she's in the debates and y'all was hoping she was not getting the debates, and you were hoping that nobody fundraiser. By the way, the poll numbers that you're talking about are so skewed, it's ridiculous. By the way, I don't really support polls. Polls go up and down. You ask any stripper, hey, Nico, that's a shout out to you, bro. That's a good thing. Congratulations, man. According to a recent announcement from the Hawaii Democratic presidential campaign staff, in seeking the Democratic Party presidential nomination, Gabbard, while struggling to register in most polls, who cares about the freaking polls, as long as she register with the people? Okay, and like I said, most of these polls are skewed. If you see a Huffington Post poll, don't believe it. They're not calling everybody. Okay, they're calling whoever they want to call. She has attracted a good deal of support from the fringe on both the left and the right. What does the fringe do? You don't think there's a fringe center? The center is more fringe than anybody. The center don't want people to have health care. But the Senate don't want it's the Senate that's trying their best to get Trump impeached instead of voting his butt out of office and let him deal with these charges happening in New York. That's the fringe center. What do you mean fringe left, fringe right? Well, you know, the Ku Klux Klan, former Ku Klux Klan leader, number one, David Duke is not a leader of the Ku Klux Klan no more, and I'm not caping for David Duke. I do not support David Duke, and I still think he's a vile individual. But do realize people who were part of fringe hateful groups are still people, and they still have an opinion, and they have a vote. So just because David Duke tweets his support for Congressman Tulsi Gabbard, number one, doesn't mean Tulsi Gabbard want his support, but Tulsi Gabbard she can want and deny his support, but that still ain't gonna stop that man from coming in there showing his support and voting for her. You can't control who supports you and who vote for you. You can't tell them get away. Ew, you stay, get away. I don't like you. Move on. You can't do that. You can't. So if David Duke want to support her, then he can do that. You rather David Duke support Trump so you can dump on Trump some more, right? Get out of here. You're going crazy if David Duke he's supposed to support Trump. They're racist, both racist. What is he doing supporting Tulsi Gabbard? Well, racists ain't gonna support every racist. Heck, I'm in the black community, man. I can't even get black people to buy my support my business. And I look, you can't expect people to support you just because you're one and the same in nature and culture. So get out of here with this mess. You gotta tell them a reason why they should support you. And obviously there's something about Tulsi Gabbard that David Duke support, and I think it's this wasting money, dealing with foreign affairs, and this, what they call nationalism, the nation first. That's what they try to call nationalism, and it's not really, but he does have a nation first mindset, David Duke, and Congressman Tulsi Gabbard feeds into that mindset by saying, hey, we don't need to be fighting these dumb wars, and we need to be focusing on things at home to take care of the people at home. America first. The congressman has repeatedly disavowed this, David Duke. So why are you reporting this, man? Why do you even mention this in your article about her getting support from David Duke when you know she repeatedly disavowed? She shouldn't even have to repeat. One time is all I need. I'm not going to keep repeating just to make y'all feel good, and I'm not going to keep answering the same dumb questions that you have on the show, Ari Velvet, whatever your name is. The campaign has disavowed. However, embrace some of his lesser hinge fans. In May 16 post to the private Facebook group Team Tulsi Online Volunteer, organizer Shani Pomerantz revealed that the campaign had attracted $65,000. See, this is where your butt hurt, Chuck. This is where Huffington Post and any major media outlet is butt hurt, is that she reached the online goals to get in the debate, and you don't want her in the debates because you're scared of what she's going to say is going to give her traction. See, Bernie Sanders did not have much of support. Matter of fact, he was so far down in the polls that he was sticking his hand out the water, hoping for help. And when he got on the debate stage, that's when the Feel the Burn movement started. An important threshold is for being included into the Democratic. As our thank you for all of your hard work, we'd like to offer you some awesome prizes. Pomerantz told supporter in particular, Nico House, who won the Campaign Donor Challenge by attracting 716 new contributors. Nico will get an opportunity to have lunch with Tulsi. Well, can I tell you something? Charles, Chucky. Nico already met Tulsi. Nico already had a show. This won't be the first time Nico meet Tulsi. So, what is the problem, bro? Nico, who won the Campaign Donor Challenge by attracting 716 new contributors, will get an opportunity. You're talking about 716 contributors out of 65,000. He will get an opportunity to have lunch with Tulsi. That is an honor and a privilege to have a lunch with a presidential candidate so you could talk to them about the needs of your community and where they stand. Because that's what I do. And knowing Nico, that is what he's going to do. Even though he's already voiced his support for Tulsi, he has a reason to vote his support for Tulsi. And who am I to challenge his will and his way? It ain't my will, it ain't my way, and I can't challenge his. That's his. He throwed his support by Tulsi Gabbard. I told you if I vote for any Democrat, if I had a gun to my head, she would be the one that I would choose. Now, House, who was the speaker at the March 30th Gabbard campaign event in Los Angeles, see, you know he spoke at her campaign. So what is the big deal about him meeting her? Is a passionate critic of the official narrative on major news event. Most people are, dude. We're not going to sit here and just let the media just tell us any story and expect us to believe it without evidence. And that's what Nico is about. Show us the evidence. We're not going to buy your story. Better come with some facts and better come with some proof. Nico House is a passionate critic of the official narrative on most major news events. Mass shootings in the United States, chemical weapons attack in Syria, and Russia hacking of the Democratic National Committee, which he dissects for his 15,000 followers on Twitter and 36,000 subscribers on YouTube. And he should. Chucky Duck, are you mad because Nico has 15,000 followers on Twitter and 36,000 on subscribers? Look, I had more subscribers than Nico at one time, and he blew past me. Boom. I ain't mad at Nico. I'm happy for the brother. I'm trying to follow his lead now. We oftentimes communicated on chats about growing our channels. But, dude, are you upset because he got 15,000 followers and 30 subscribers? You know what I say about that? I say my day is coming where I'm going to be like Nico and Tim Black, and I got 15,000 followers and 36,000 subscribers. But like Nico and Tim Black, I'm not kissing up, and I'm not selling out, and I'm not buying any BS that come across the mainstream media for me to get there. And you guys are mad because we're not buying the BS, and we're getting to where you need to be or passing you. It is right to assume that what you mainstream media knuckleheads are doing is peddling conspiracy theory. The chemical weapons attack on Syria and Russia, to us is a conspiracy theory unless you give us hard evidence instead of letting us know what they told you to tell us, because that's exactly what they're telling you to do. Tulsi goes down there and say, I'm going to listen to the people. I'm not buying your BS from Washington, D.C. or your BS in the media. I'm going to where the people are and I'm going to hear from them. And if I get an opportunity to talk to Assad, I want to hear from the horse's mouth too. I'm not buying y'all. And then I'll listen to what everybody's saying. I'll have my own opinion on it. Same thing with the Russian hacking. There was no Russian hacking of the DNC. That guys haven't even looked at the FBI computer. You let somebody else look at it. The FBI didn't even look at the DNC computer. A third-party CrowdStrike did. An Army veteran who studied at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, he first made a name for himself online as a fundraiser for a Carolina student for Bernie Sanders, and later alleged that the Vermont Senator campaign in Tar Heel State was derailed by a sleeper cell, a Hillary Clinton supporter. Well, ain't no alleged. It's been proven fact, dude. And who blocked him from revealing their internal sabotage. So they did whatever they can to shut him up. It's been proven that the Hillary Clinton campaign was sabotaging, and the DNC was sabotaging the Bernie Sanders campaign. Somebody made a concerted effort to make sure that I could not talk to Bernie or anyone else close to him, he claimed on March 2016, a video recorded while driving the car. And that's where I first ran into Nico. He talked about it in the car. He was explaining what he just experienced. He has experienced. You nutcases have just hearsay, she say. Since 2016, House was succeeded in getting close to Gabbard, who was a surrogate for Sanders during his late run for White House and was a fellow at the new defunct Sanders Institute, now defunct. It's not defunct, it's still in operation, the Sanders Institute. His wife is running it. How is it defunct? Who's this guy? House conspiracy theorizing, like your comrades are not conspiracy theorizing about these other things. Why you gotta say Nico is conspiracy theorizing? Has since reached another level. Bill Cosby, he has claimed, was probably framed for serial rape after a failed bid to purchase NBC. I said that. The moment NBC started to purchase, he started to purchase NBC, all of a sudden all these things came out. These things were not coming out prior to that. So what you got to say about that, Chuck? Now, I'm not saying that the rape allegations are not true. I don't know what these women went through. You can't prove it, Chucky Duck. It's just he say, she say. All I know is the moment he tried to purchase NBC, here they come with the accusations. Now, your rebuttal to this dude is a conspiracy theorist. Can you prove of anybody who claiming a rape from Bill Cosby before he started to think about purchasing NBC? Can you prove that? Then be quiet then, bruh. Be quiet. He declared in and confirmed that a murdered DNC staffer, not Russia, was the source for the hacked Democratic email 2016. Well, let me tell you what the fact is from the investigation. Russia did not hack the 2016 election. Russia did not hack the DNC computer. The FBI didn't even get a chance to look at the computer. CrowdStrike, a third party, which the DNC hired, pay me enough money, I'll say anything. That's what they said. Now, the NSA, former NSA agents said that the way the transfer of the documents proved that it was local, within the vicinity of the DNC headquarters. Now, what you're saying is conspiracy. These are proven by former NSA, CIA, and FBI agents. So, you're having claims and you're getting mad at the claims of Nico House. I agree with Nico House. We don't know to this day why Self-Rich was murdered. And I'll probably get a strike for mentioning his name. And shame on our country for striking me for just mentioning a person's name when I have the freedom of speech. We have people saying that Self-Rich did contact WikiLeaks. Not me, Kim.com said it. Now, Nico got away from the crew that was saying that, bruh, because it seemed like they were going deeper into some other stuff. Nico detached himself away from those people. So you can't blame that. But still to this day, Russia is innocent on this DNC trying to rig the election. Russia still have not been proven with the hacking of the WikiLeaks. It was a hacker, or it was told that that information was distributed locally and given over to Julian Assange organization. Julian Assange did not hack it. All he did is who distribute the information. Things that you should be doing, Chuck, instead of getting at somebody, calling somebody conspiracy theory, when what you're doing is conspiracy theory. And he speculated that the massacre of the majority Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, like the gassing the children in Syria, was a false flag. When did Nico ever said this? That wasn't the only mass shooting the House found suspect. If you don't think that the Vegas shooting is somehow connected to Harvey Weinstein, even if it's only as another distraction, then you got to be. Look, nobody said, Nico never said that this was an inside job by higher sources. It's just that funny. The moment the heat come on Harvey Weinstein, an incident happened. It's just like the theory. The moment somebody says something about going to court against Hillary Clinton, they end up dead. These are not theories. These are proven facts. House said in a 2017 video, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, who work with Weinstein, have ties to the CIA he maintained. Both their families are connected to the intelligence agency. What is that true? What if that is true? Can you tell me he's lying about that? Have you done an investigation to see whether this was true or not? You never have. Are you telling me Nico is lying? You're the investigator. Do your investigation. Have you checked anybody in Ben Affleck's and Matt Damon's family to see if they have ties to the CIA? Are you proving him wrong? Or are you just going to call him a theorist? The best way to debunk a theorist is to prove him wrong. And a lot of the theories that the government has put in front of us, we've ourselves has proven them wrong. Both their families are connected to intelligence agency, he maintained. House also expressed a vague but disturbing level of support for Caesar Sayak, who sent mail bombs to several prominent Democrats and members of the media last fall. I can't say it if I would be upset if they got hurt. I would be like, yo, you shouldn't be sending them bombs to people's house because of collateral damage and other people could get hurt. But I don't feel bad for you getting a bomb sent to your house, he said in October. I refuse to trick myself into being sympathetic toward a warmonger sociopath, and that includes George Soros, possibly more than any of them. Okay, he made an opinion. That is not conspiracy theory. That is opinion. The man is entitled to his opinion. That is the thing about free speech. You're entitled to your opinion. So first he said, Niko, Tulsi Gabbard is hanging out with conspiracy theorists, like she's hanging out with Alex Jones. Or the bottom line, when you're running for president, you got to reach every vote count, even conspiracy theory votes. People who have theories that the government is conspiring to do certain thing or a certain aspect of society is conspiring. If you want to put me in that category, I'm a conspiracy theorist. Because I believe there's a portion of our government that is pressing the black man down. But yet I tell black people, don't be a victimized of it. You in yourself have the ability to rise above that and do great things for your community. You don't have to wait on nobody to do anything for you. You can do it on your own. Problem is, this government do whatever they can to steal the power from the black community and stifle and even try to cripple the black community, because they're afraid that any community of color is going to equal them or pass them. And really, nobody is supreme over anybody else. So if you want to put me in a conspiracy theory level, then that's on you. But this person right here is writing up theories right now about Nico House and Tulsi Gabbard. He's trying to shame Tulsi Gabbard to say Tulsi Gabbard got some bad actors that's supporting her. Everybody in every politician in that party, do you recognize there's just as many as Ku Klux Klan as in the Democratic Party as in the Republican Party? Do you understand the Ku Klux Klan is not a labeled organization. They have chapters just like sororities. They have chapters just like particular unions. That even though a particular person may, a chapter may support a particular candidate, that don't mean everybody going in that voting booth is going to support that particular candidate. So don't be trying to push this Ku Klux Klan thing off on her. There's just as many Ku Klux Klan that's going to support Joe Biden or any other person that run for office, as well as Trump. You see, y'all try to make it seem like just the Republicans are racist, when there's just as many racists in the Democratic Party too. Both of them have racists in this party. And you're going to try to smear Tulsi Gabbard because some racist Ku Klux Klan or former Ku Klux Klan or people who were affiliated with the Klans like her, and not even wonder why he support her. They have a right to vote, even though I don't agree with them and I don't believe in their philosophy. They have a right to vote. Anybody who's born in this country, it is your birthright to vote for a president or for anybody that's running for government. It is your birthright. Now, I don't care if you get locked up, you commit a crime, it's still your birthright to vote. And if you don't like it, go on to another channel, but that's the way I see it. It is your birthright. Your birthright don't get taken away from you just because you do something dumb and stupid. Your freedom might be taken away from you temporarily, but voting is my right. Just like eating is my right. In jail, they have to feed them boys 3 meals a day. What I look like telling them you shouldn't feed them. It's the same thing as saying they can't vote. It is your right in this country. Healthcare should be a right. To be able to work 40 hours, you should be able to have a car, home, and be able to take care of your family, go on vacation, and enjoy yourself as an American citizen. Shouldn't be 2-3 people working a job. That should be an American right. It should be an American right that you go to college at no cost like most major countries. I don't know how I'm getting off on this tangent, but you got to understand, Nico is a nice guy. He's a cool guy. He don't play. He's just like me. I'll challenge you. Like I said, I'm not as smart as Nico. Nico, college graduate, military. I'm not as smart as Jamal Thomas. They're smarter than me in a whole lot of areas. I look up to them. But I tell you what I do got. I got some street smarts. And I ain't going to let nobody punk me around and call me anything you want. You can call me anything you want. You can try to tell me what to do, but the bottom line, and I will tell you this, is you ain't going to change me. No government is going to change me. No political alliance, no movement, no agenda is going to change Bob TV. When I die, it's just me and my creator. You ain't going to be with me, so I'm not going to kiss your butt to be politically correct. You can hang that up. Now back on Nico House. The bottom line, bro, this Chuck mad that Nico helped get her in the debates, and now she's going to be challenging everybody on that stage, and she's going to come hard at them, and I want her to really come hard. I mean, Tulsi Gabbard is kind of like Jill Stein. Jill Stein she'll chop back at you. She'll clap back when you clap at her. She ain't going to take no mess. I respect Jill Stein. I respect Tulsi Gabbard as women, strong women. So people always say, Rob, you're a sexist. No, I ain't. The last person I voted for president was a woman, and it wasn't Hillary Clinton. It was Jill Stein. Because she got guts, and she was the smartest one in the room, and just because they stop you from learning about her where you can support her, that's your fault of allowing your government to do that. I pushed back against them for doing that. I didn't waste my vote. I put it to good use. Let me keep going. In 2016, House has succeeded in getting close to Gabbard, who was a surrogate for Sanders. I think I read that. Okay, so he's basically saying he's conspiracy theory because he believed Bill Cosby was set up. Nobody said Bill Cosby was set up. We just say all this stuff didn't come out until Bill Cosby tried to buy NBC. That black man tried to buy NBC, would have made him one of the most powerful black men in the country by buying one of the most powerful networks in the entire world. NBC is worldwide, is universal. As soon as he came up with people to rally around him, then these 80 women start to come out the woodwork in total over the time that he put the bid in for NBC. The point is, nobody's saying that's exactly what happened, but it's just a coincidence. And I can't have a coincidence. I can't. Who are you to tell me what I can think and what I can't think? Now, people say you're a conspiracy theory because they want to shut you up. No, you shut up. Black man gets some power, you find some way to get it away from him. That's why I pray for Byron Allen every day, because Byron Allen is another black male in media, billionaire, who got to watch himself. Same thing with Don Cornelius. They trying to tell me Don Cornelius killed himself. Stand when it comes to certain things, certain levels in government, you got to have that one eye open. You really do. Because what you think you have can be taken away from you quick, fast, and in a hurry. Let's go back to Tulsi Gabbard. So he mentioned something about self-rich. So he mentioned something about the Parkland shooting. So he don't believe what the news say about what happened with the DNC. He don't believe what the news say about Bill Cosby. He don't believe what the news say about the rigging of the election. He don't believe what the automatically everything the news say about the Parkland shooting. He don't believe about the gassing of the Syrians, the children in Syria. He believed that there could be some false flags in some of these so-called cases that's on the news. Chuck, you expect that just because it's in the news, people are supposed to believe it. You have no evidence to back it up, no documentation, no tools, no materials, nothing tangible to back up what you're saying most of the time. Your organizations like Huffington Post and any other major news outlet are known to lie. L-I-E. Bunch of liars in media, and you work for them. And you want to call Nico House a conspiracy theory? How about your how about the whole entire majority of mainstream media is conspiracy theory? They spit out lies like a snake spit out venom and expect people to believe them. But soon as somebody challenges you on your lies, you want to call them a conspiracy theorist. Until you prove these things, anything could be on the table on how these things really happen. Then he go on to say that that wasn't the only mass shooting house found suspect. If you don't think that the Vegas shooting is somehow connected to Harvey Weinstein, quote Nico, even if it's only as another distraction, then you got to be, I don't know what you're looking at. House said in the 2017 video. Then he mentioned about Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, who worked with Weinstein. Look, the bottom line is Weinstein is a scumbag, rapist, a serial rapist. But yet, Harvey Weinstein, this white man is walking around free. This man terrorized women. Women were scared to say anything. Their careers would be over. Even probably some men involved in that too, that he probably taken advantage of. They're probably too much of a punk to come out. And I don't, I can understand that because it kills your manhood to know that somebody tried to take advantage of it. This man right here is still walking around today. Why? Because he owned everything. But soon as Bill Cosby owned everything, we got to stop this black man, because if he get NBC, man, this guy's going to be powerful. It's going to be hard to get away from it. Just like Michael Jackson. I don't know what was behind Michael Jackson. Sure, they said propofol. We don't know who gave him the propofol, and we don't know if somebody probably paid this dude and gave. I mean, Prince had some medicine with one freaking pill in there with deadly pill in his medicine. They killed him. All of a sudden, his books go from his possession back to Warner Brothers and all these other companies. Michael Jackson, all of a sudden, everything that he owns goes back to the state of IEG or whatever it's called. So when you leave it open for people to wonder, and you yourself can't provide proof, and even if you say you got proof, we look at the proof and we say it's not valid, you call people who don't believe you conspiracy theory. Get out of here with that mess. All right, so he said House also expressed a vague but disturbing level of support for Cesar Sayoc, who sent mail bombs to several prominent Democrat members and media last fall. I can't say if I would be upset if they got hurt. That's that man freedom of speech opinion. You think everybody should be upset because you got a bunch of warmongers going around doing crazy stuff, and all of a sudden some dumb fool decided to attack them back, but yet you expect somebody to sit there and cry? They supposed to be hurt. Both of them are wrong. The warmonger and the people who are trying to kill the warmongers, both of them are wrong. But you want to talk down on Nico House because Nico House said, I can't say if I would be upset if they got hurt. The man ain't got to get upset. Something wrong with him if he don't get upset. Hold up. You got people in office holding these positions that we voted them into office, and they think nothing of signing off of something or agreeing with something or giving Trump money to go out and commit genocide. We got Democrats and Republicans out there signing off freedom for Trump to go out there and just do all kind of crazy, stupid stuff with Saudi Arabia. We're funding Saudi Arabia as they commit genocide. And then there's some dumb nut that decide to do something stupid and his mission is accomplished. You expect somebody to feel bad for the people who went out there and doing just as many stupid stuff. So Nico said, but I don't feel bad for you getting a bomb sent to your house. Why should he have to feel bad? He didn't send the bomb. Why should he have to feel bad? Why? That's my question. Me, I don't want nobody to die. I don't want nobody to die. I don't want us going out there fighting these dumb wars, killing people, mostly innocent people in North Africa and the Middle East and all that for dumb stuff, lying to us with these fake conspiracy theories, because most of the government are, all to try to get us to get behind them in war so they can go out there and bomb and light up the Middle East on fire and North Africa on fire, all so they can take the gold, oil, diamonds, you name it. Not a conspiracy theory, it's just a fact. The purpose of regime change war is because there's a lot that the American can do a lot with what's in that country. We need somebody to help us get our hand on that stuff. That's why we're over in Venezuela right now. And not to even mention North Korea with all the minerals that they have. They're loaded with minerals. Loaded. Venezuela is one of the biggest oil rich countries in the world. And the only reason we're trying to so-called take over that because the dude over there, he's taking the money and giving it to the people, and we can't have that. We got to have somebody that's going to give us that money because we can use that oil. We got enough oil in America. Worry about America. I refuse to trick myself into being sympathetic toward warmonger sociopath, including George Soros. Hey, what's wrong? Hey, that's Nico's feelings. He ain't got to feel sympathetic. I'm not going to even feel sympathetic. I don't have no sympathy for people who on purpose lie to us to go kill people so they can take over their country. So they can occupy that country illegally because they never asked us to come in the first place. We decided to go. We're trying to do that in Syria because Russians building an oil pipeline, a gas pipeline there, and we want it. And for those people like Elliot Abrams and all that, we supposed to feel sorry for them if something happened to them. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. You reap what you sow. So you upset because he's not sympathetic. And he said he's sympathetic. Dude, get off this. You work very hard, try to find the truth, to remain objective, to really help to inform and educate and engage people in these kinds of conversations. Tulsi Gabbard, speaking to Nico House and his co-host. So Nico House was on, I guess, the convo couch with his team, and they had Tulsi Gabbard up here. So obviously this dude was being nosy. And instead of listening to the greatness of the interview, and I've seen it, he's nitpicking so he can write a hit piece on Nico House. House also weighed in on Pizzagate. What's wrong with him weighing in on Pizzagate? What's wrong with that? The conspiracy theory that John Podesta and others on the Clinton campaign was discussing sex crime and their hack emails. Was there hack emails? Evidence. So if you got evidence of hack emails about them discussing sex crime, evidence will always trump your freaking opinion, Chuck. Now, in another video, he addressed speculation that Chester Bennington, the lead singer of the band Linkin Park, could be John Podesta's bastard child. Jokes, man. It's a joke. He do look like John Podesta. It's a joke. Bennington, who was sexually abused as a minor, died by suicide in 2017. Now, my question is, you're trying your best to make Nico House a conspiracy theorist, and you're saying he's making it up. Where's your evidence to say he's lying? Because obviously you're trying to smear him and make him look like he's a nutcase, make him look like he's Alex Jones-ish, and you're trying to smear him, and you're bringing up all these things that he probably said in the video. My question is, do you have anything to dispute what he said? I want to see it. Is it in this piece? Because if it's not, you're running your mouth, and you need to shut up, man. Just shut it up.
You need to shut the fuck up. That's what I do. I would fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
The Gabbard campaign did not respond to emails and a phone call request and comment. House also did not respond, and I don't want to talk to you numbnuts either, because you're not worth my time. You're lucky I'm addressing you here, because you call me, I'm going to tell you something, because you guys are the biggest theorists of them all. Your stories of Russia hacking the election and Trump doing this and that and blah, 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 and blah and all that is just as bad as anything I may say, Nico House may say, Alex Jones may say, H.R. Goodman may say, Tim Black may say. We may say something, and it's probably just as credible as what you got to say. Why? Because you can't back up what we say. We can't really back up what we say. It's just our hunch. It's just our opinion. It's just our theory. Opinion and theory goes hand in hand. If you don't have no evidence to back it up, it is not factual. It's only our opinion, but as you people call it in mainstream media, a theory. Now, why are you calling it conspiracy theory? Because who's conspiring to do something? It's just a theory. Let me keep going. Gabbard has given no indication she believes these conspiracy theories, but she has given House a shout. All right, now those beautiful people are the people who I work with to get a union contract. As you see, Big Rob over there cheesing and grinning. TW Local 100, we fought hard to get a contract for this company known as Global Contact Services. I hate that company, and I'm going to be fighting to make sure that they get booted out of New York City. You better believe it. Better believe it. They want to take things personal. So we're going to go personal. All right, so Gabbard has given no indication she believes the conspiracy theories, but she has given House the shout out. Nico's been great. All right, so what's bad about that? Nico believes in Tulsi Gabbard. People have their own personal beliefs. Does that mean that they can't logically pick a candidate for president and support a candidate for president? Because I'm quite sure every president has somebody that's spitting out conspiracy theories. Trump got it, Joe Biden got it, everybody got it. Because the people who are going to vote for you, you're going to find some conspiracy theories in there. But yeah, but he's too close to her. That don't mean she has to believe what he says. And like I said, theories and opinions go hand in hand. If you can't prove it, then leave it alone. If Nico can't prove it, it's not going to go no further than Nico's thought. If you can't disprove it, it shouldn't go no more than your thoughts. Nico's been great. You're mad that Tulsi likes Nico. What's there not to like about Nico? Nico is a cool guy. I may have some different opinions with Nico, but that's still my boy. Heck, I got different opinion with my own family. I got some people in my family I wouldn't want to spend most of my time with, but I love them and I'll spend some time with them. What's that got to do with anything, man? Are you a human or are you an alien? And when I say alien, I mean from outer space. Gabbard told supporters during the March 2019 live stream, he's talked about a lot of very important issues, and Nico has. You wanna bring up the stupid stuff. You don't watch the whole Nico House show and see the things that he's talking about in general. He's talked about a lot of very important issues. The feeling is mutual, Gabbard. House said that House said is the only Democratic saying that Assad is innocent. He has released dozens of videos promoting her campaign. The way this is pointed out in this article, why don't you go further and say innocent of what? Nobody, not Nico, not Tulsi, or anybody said Assad is innocent in period. We believe that some of these campaigns to poison the people, he's innocent of that because there's evidence of bad actors doing that. And a lot of time, there's bad actors that we funded to do that because we oftentimes, again, you can call it a conspiracy theory or not, are working with the enemy. Matter of fact, Tulsi Gabbard tried to pass a bill saying stop funding terrorist bills, and it failed. Nobody approved it. So the moment Tulsi Gabbard tried to do something right where we can stop arming these terrorists, our government shoots it down. They want to arm terrorists. So if our government is arming terrorists, why should we think a person that our government called a terrorist is the one that's doing it, and we're not thinking that our government is arming the true terrorists to do these things? Nico never said Assad was innocent in his dealings with his people. It's just certain things that shows that he may be innocent of, that he didn't order it. But nobody said he's innocent about anything. He has released dozens of videos promoting her campaign. Soon after her own live stream, Gabbard appeared on House's YouTube show to discuss her 2020 campaign, her 2017 meeting with Syrian dictator Bashar Assad, and why she was still a member of the Council of Foreign Relations. And a co-host asked about election security, citing concern about the integrity of the 2016 Democratic Party primaries. So basically, you're saying that he had a good show. She came on his YouTube show. It's really funny how these mainstream news people are attacking YouTubers. It's funny. You fear us, man. You fear that we're getting more traction than you can ever get writing this freaking article. He discussed her campaign. He discussed her meeting with Syrian dictator Bashar Assad. Why don't you call the Saudi prince a dictator? Why don't you call Merkel a dictator? She's been in office forever. Y'all real good at that. And why she was still a member of the Council for Relations. Co-host asks about the election security, citing concerns about the integrity of the 2016 Democratic Party. And yeah, I'm going to be hitting that home real hard because right now the system is still set up to rig people, and that's why I don't participate in the system. And a lot of people are not going to participate in this Democratic primary because we know that they're going to try to root out all progressives, cheat them just to get another corporatist in, and we ain't buying it. And if Sanders don't start running his mouth about it, then it just shows how much a punk he is. A recording of the interview conducted a day before the campaign event in Los Angeles include referral links for viewers wishing to donate the Gabbard campaign. And what is wrong with that? Gabbard has been appreciative of House's effort on behalf. You work very hard to try to find the truth, to remain objective, and really help to inform and educate, engage people in these kind of conversations. Gabbard told him and his co-host as their interview wound down, this is what we need more. So the bottom line is we got a columnist, Chucky Duck, that's all he get. He doesn't even deserve his last name to be quoted, who wants to smear, not just Tulsi, but smear Nico House as a conspiracy theorist, when the organization that he works for is a conspiracy theory. You hear that, Chuck? You work for theorists, because all they do is tell you what to say, give you a story, and you tell the story with no facts behind it. And Chuck, you got to understand, opinions and theories is the same thing. They're not always based on facts, and they're not always based on evidence. Why? Because it's just a theory. It's just an opinion. Why are you up in arms about Tulsi Gabbard connecting with somebody who has a theory about something, an opinion? If you really got to know the people that she's connected with, you'll understand that other stories they tell are based on my own opinion. I always tell you it's my personal opinion. It's not based on fact. It's just what I believe. Now, I could take the time to try to find the evidence to back up what I believe and turn it from theory or opinion to a fact. Fact. Proven that Russia did not throw off these elections. It's a fact proven that Russia didn't rig the election. The little evidence that we got of, 13 Facebook groups did not throw this entire country out of election. Fact of the matter is the Democratic Party suck, and they had somebody who can campaign to save their life, and they only focus on metropolitan areas, and then they focus on the chess game of winning the states. Facts. Here's another fact. WikiLeaks did get information that was hacked from John Podesta. And facts is, that wasn't the only message in those findings. Facts. Facts is the Democratic National Convention is so much of a punk, they're scared to give their server to the FBI, so they're going to give it a CrowdStrike, and they paying CrowdStrike, and who pays me? And when you got crooked organizations like that trying to investigate, they'll say anything you want them to say to make you look good. You pay them enough money. That's facts. Facts is we got NSA agents and former CIA and FBI agent who also investigated the situation about the leaks and the hacks. We say leaks. And it said at the rate that the information was transferred, it did not come from Russia. It came within miles of the DNC. Now, it's a fact that where he got killed was within miles from the DNC headquarters. Another person who delivered a lawsuit to the DNC got killed. They didn't say he got killed, but he died not too long ago after he sent that paperwork over to challenge the DNC. Facts. Now, did somebody in the Democratic Party kill them? We don't know that. You probably say they didn't, but to you, that's a theory. That's an opinion. Evidence says that man never took any drugs in his life, but he was so full of drugs it was ridiculous. Now, it's your opinion and your theory that nobody did anything to him. He just died. But to somebody else, they probably say, well, it's my opinion and my theory, because neither one of you got evidence that he was drugged. It's just opinion. It's just opinion. Botched robbery. Didn't take anything from him. Self-rich. Well, it's your opinion that it was a botched robbery, and that's all it was. Nobody caught to this day. That's your opinion. That's your theory. It's not a fact. There's no evidence behind that. That's all it was. That's just a conclusion they came to. But somebody else may say, nah, dude probably, they probably find out that he leaked some information, and according to John Podesta, they was going to make a mockery of anybody who do something like that. Fact, it was in the emails, right? So what's the difference between their opinion that somebody probably killed them because of this and he just died of a botched robbery? What you guys have an opinion, they got an opinion. What you got is a theory, they got a theory. So the bottom line is you're just as much as theory. Your news organizations are a bunch of theorists and a bunch of conspiracy theories on their own. Theorists on their own. All you got is opinion and theory. Majority of news media never come up with evidence and facts. They just come up with a story and expect people to believe that, and people just gonna eat it up. But the moment somebody challenged that, you want to call them conspiracy theory. No, you started the story with a theory. You started the story with a theory. You're conspiring to tell a theory about an incident in your story, which makes you, Chuck, a conspiracy theorist. Now, if Chuck ever took time out and watched Nico House, you'll realize that Nico House and most of his stories is based on facts. And a lot of times the stories are coming from stories from you. But then YouTubers got ways of getting their own information too. So, dude, I don't know who this dude is. This dude is whack. I think he's a YouTube hater, and it's going to be his job to try to shame out any YouTuber. His job is going to try to shame out any progressive that got a connection to a YouTuber that supports them and help them grow in support. And the only thing they can come up with to try to come in between that is this dude, he calls women beautiful. So that's probably what they say to me. He called women sugar pie honey bunch. I call kids that. The only people I don't call that is a dude. But I say homie, player. Why don't you go out and do some real news, Chuck? Stop doing foolishness like this. Nico is a good guy, and he's going to be he's a great journalist, and he's better than you on your best day. So why don't you take this article,
turn that sumbitch sideways and stick it straight up. You can do it.
Hey, thank you for watching that episode of The Rob Report. Before you go now, I need you to do two things for me. First thing, I want you to like the video if you liked it. Second thing, I want you to share it all across social media. And if you have not subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button right now. Stop and do it. As Jimmy Dore says sometimes, you think you're subscribed, or you go check and find out you're not subscribed. So make sure you check that you're subscribed and hit the notification bell. That'll let you know when I put a new content out. I'm not a fan of Super Chat, so if you plan on giving to the efforts of Bob TV, make sure you do that through Bob TV NYC at paypal.me. Anybody who want to have free access to my Patreon channel, I'm trying to save you money on your cable bill. I ran into a program that I think everybody can afford, and everybody should have, and that link is down there below. 5,000 plus channel, best sports package, and the best premium TV, and even international channels, and you can access this all over the world. Go ahead and check that out. Get your free trial. If you support, become members of those two services, we'll go ahead and give you full access to the Patreon channel, and there's no cost to it. So my name is Robert Brown with The Rob Report. Thank you for watching. I'll holler at you later. Peace.